Hi Double Eagle, I'm here today to show you how to make no-bake cookies. These are a family favorite recipe and it's easy to do and it doesn't take any baking, hence the name no-bake, but it does take some cooking on the stove, so you might need to ask your parents to help you for that. But the ingredients you need are some milk, some vanilla, a stick of butter, some Karo syrup, some quick bake oats, some sugar, peanut butter, everybody's favorite, and cocoa powder. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take the sugar, and we need 2 cups of sugar. That's a lot of sugar. Nurse Marcia probably wouldn't like that. 2 cups of sugar, put it in your saucepan, and then we're going to take the stick of butter or margarine, whatever you like. Ours has been out a while because we've been making cookies a lot. And we're going to get a spatula, maybe. And scrape the butter into the pan to get all of it off of the paper. You know, I didn't say you need to wash your hands first, but wash your hands first. Then we're gonna take cocoa powder, and you need 1/4 of a cup. So this is good for fractions. 1/4 of a cup cocoa powder. Put that in there as well. And then we're gonna take a 1/2 cup of milk. Sorry, I thought I had my 1/2 cup out already. 1/2 cup of milk. I'm gonna pour that in here. And add our teaspoon of vanilla. I like to add a little bit more because I like vanilla. And then just a little, tiny bit more. And then we're gonna go over to the stove and we're gonna stir it all up and let it cook until it's boiling, and then we're gonna turn it off immediately. You don't want it on too high because you don't want it to burn. You stir it all together. And it starts to smell really yummy. Boiling, and you want to let it boil for a minute. So you want to stir it as it's boiling and time it so it boils for just 1 minute.
Karo syrup.
And I forgot to add the Karo syrup because that's an addition my mom just made. So anyway, so put 1 tablespoon of Karo syrup while you put the sugar and butter in. So as it's boiling in your timing, you want to make sure that you have the peanut butter and the oats, because you're going to add those as soon as you take it off of the stove. All right, so it's been a minute, so we're going to turn off the heat, take it off of the heat. Okay, so it's 1/2 cups of peanut butter, and we have 1/4. So if you remember your fractions from 1st grade, 1/4 and 1/4 makes 1/2. So here's the first 1/4 cup, and it's pretty messy. That's kind of the fun. And then here's our second 1/4, which equals, say it with me, 1/2. That's right. 1/2. Get the outside because you don't want to leave any peanut butter because that's. So then you're stirring that. And I'm going to have my assistant, Sujina, help me with 3 cups of the quick oats. And she's going to pour 1 cup at a time into the pan. We're still mixing. It makes pretty marbly colors. All right, here's the first cup. Make sure you fill it all the way to the top, assistant. 14-year-olds. All right, so it's getting a little bit thicker and it'll keep getting thicker and thicker as you stir in these last ingredients. There's 2, and then the last one. Oh, and it smells good. Can you smell it? Smells like chocolate and peanut butter. Who doesn't love that? This is one of Scout's favorite treats too, by the way. So I'm gonna ask my assistant to clean off our counter because the next part is making little dollops onto our counter, but we're gonna put some wax paper down so they don't stick. And they're gonna be hot when you put it down, so you have to be very careful not to touch the pan and not to touch the cookie mix. I'm gonna move this out of the way. Your assistant. Thank you. We're having technical difficulties. So I'm putting down our wax paper. Trying to do several things at once around here, which I'm sure you guys are doing as well at home. Okay, we got our nice wax paper down. Put our sugar away. You want to make sure they overlap so it doesn't stick on your countertop. And you're going to take a spoon, like a nice big spoon, and you're going to take your pan of cookies and you're just going to drop 1 dollop at a time. Make nice rows. You can make rows of 5, rows of 10. Be a good counting collection for later on. And after you dollop, you're just gonna let them set and they're gonna get hard. And once they're hard and set, you can eat them. All right, our cookies are now solid, so you can pick them up like this and they don't melt off your fingers. They also, they're not as shiny when they're done, so you can kind of test them by that. And that's it. And then you can just pick them up and eat them, and they sure are yummy. Thanks for watching, and I will post the recipe and the recipe at the end. See you guys. Wash your hands and clean up after yourselves. Moms love that.